speaking of like exercise, like it keep you in shape, keeps you healthy, keeps you cardiovascular, doing well. There's I know Joe Rogan is very controversial, but he does have a lot of value when it comes to talking to people that are in the sciences. I am gonna space her name. I actually want to find her name though. Nutritionist, because she is a great source. Is that it? Sean Baker? No, not Sean Baker. Speaking of Baker, we're going to be going to the Baker household a little bit later in some Resident Evil 7. Oh my god, it's so funny. I put in Joe Rogan nutritionist, and I'm really surprised that there she is. Rhonda Patch. This is Patrick. Is this Joe Rogan? No, this is Patrick. Um, she is full of good information. Okay, so like, there's actual science out there for like dietary stuff that is like really good. Now, the stuff I couldn't get over this. You ever have something own your brain rent free? Okay. Um. Oh yeah. That's where I was going with Rhonda Patrick. She was stating during one of her interviews, Joe Rogan nutty putty, huh? That's a Peanut the squirrel. I'm gonna. My ADHD just kicked in hardcore. Joe Rogan nutty putty, dude. Uh oh. Let's see. Chat's being weird. She was talking about how the if you do regular exercise, let's just say 5 times a week, an hour and a half a day. And I know that sounds like a lot to people, but if you work up to it, it's really not that bad. Your heart ages like it looks like it's 20 years younger. So there's a lot of good information out there to like for being healthy. You know, it's kind of stuff. She knows a lot of the detail and the scientific research for it, but I'll be honest with you. A lot of it is kind of common sense. Like eat healthy foods. We I hope we know what healthy foods are. I'm starting to doubt that people know what healthy foods are. And exercise. The problem is that stuff is so tough for people to get into. You know what I mean? Like, we're running for an hour a day is tough to motivate. Now, drinking warm water, I seriously here, it's like, this is like, this is like budget snake oil. Like, why even sell the snake oil when you could just tell the person to put the H lettered faucet on versus the C lettered faucet on? Drinking warm water to lose weight, because that's all it takes, people, is to move the left faucet versus the right faucet. Okay. Okay, the only thing about this is this stuff going to get flagged? Maybe I should like go for an article. I don't want to sit here and completely rip into something without fully. That's a question. Wesker, what do you think about that? Because, dude, I know, like, are they highly protective of guarding their BS? Like, yeah, that's what happens when you drink a glass of warm water. It becomes like popping a balloon. Suddenly your fat just, you see that too? The visual aid that they give you. big, like, uh, like Danny DeVito shaped outline of a body, right? And then, or drink that warm water. It's like pop in a balloon. Now you're like Batman shaped. Now you remember the. I feel like I could get flagged if I go to these guys' actual videos and respond to it because they're not gonna want that kind of exposure. But like, real quick, Danny DeVito penguin glass of ice water. See, I'm going to show you where this guy got it wrong, man. I'm going to show you where this guy got it wrong. Because he should have been going for the warm water, right? Am I right or am I right? See, you see Danny
So you
DeVito,
think
and
you know Wix, but do you really?
This ain't, you know,
First up, we've got Shake.
this ain't a surprise to anybody, right? Like, Danny DeVito ain't, you know, got that Arnold physique. So, oh yeah, he'll kill a man bat. Well, I shouldn't say man bat. Man bat's an actual character who's a humanoid bat. So he'll kill himself, a rich billionaire playboy. But before he goes all Luigi on you, he needs He needs a nice cold drink of ice water. Do you see? Look at this dude. He's drinking the ice water, guys. He ain't drinking that warm water. So his physique here, his health. Look at this man. It's not based off of activity, how much you exercise. You getting your vitamin D, your vitamin B1, your vitamin B2, your vitamin B3, your vitamin A. You're getting your niacin, you're getting your thurmanin, you're getting your phytodomoticals. No, it's not based on that. He's so sprung on the cold water. He's been drinking cold water. Cold. Look at the emphasis there. He needs that cold drink of ice water. Do you see where this guy's coming from? If he was drinking that warm water, he would have a physique he would have a Bane-esque physique. Oh, dude. What? Well, maybe it's like in a continuum, right? Maybe it's in a continuum. Like you drink the super ice cold water, and you're like Danny DeVito's penguin. Maybe like room temperature, you're kind of like Jim Carrey's Riddler, where you're still thin. It doesn't make you look as grotesque as this dude, but you're like, you're not Bane. Bane, dude. That dude. You know how people like, I was reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography, Total Recall. Okay, we're talking eggs, protein shake, vitamins, protein shake. Okay. Dude, all the Bane needed was one glass of warm water to train the same way. Man, Arnold is missing out. So, like, it's the continuum of the temperature of your water. As we saw from those video thumbnails, man, you drink that warm water, man. If this water, all someone needed to do right now is give this guy a glass of warm water. And suddenly, dude, it would have been, speaking of Batman characters, the Lazarus pool, which, by the way, is warm. I promise on a stack of Batman Silver Age comic books that the Lazarus pool is warm. If this stuff had been warm, dude, it would have been like Lazarus pool. He would have been putting the whoop on Michael Keaton's Batman. Especially Michael Keaton's Batman, because if you want to hear Sylvester Stallone's opinion, It all went downhill from Michael Keaton's Batman when it came to physique and being all tough and buff. And do you even lift, bro? He said after the Batman movies, all you had to do was wear a suit with muscles on it, and you didn't have to go to the gym 8 hours a day and drink a warm glass of water. Okay? So this we see, we'll reiterate, because listen, this is true among the ages. Everyone with a slight modicum. Well, I better watch out the fingers around the camera because it's gonna blur out on me again. Everybody knows this is true. You repeat it, and then it gets filed into your brain permanently after repeating stuff. Yeah, next time, listen, look at his face, listen to his words. The next time you go to the sink, well, some places, I'm being geographically biased because some places like Phoenix, some places you ain't drinking the water. I heard there's some place, man, you start growing a third eye. They put chemicals in the water to turn the frogs gay in some places. So maybe I'm being biased on drink out of the sink. Okay, next time you go in for the water, say you got extended family or something, they put the water in the refrigerator. Okay, I do not want you to get into the refrigerator and grab that water out of the fridge and start drinking it, dude. Look at it, dude. Real careful. I'm gonna cowbell this. I'm doing it. I don't care if I'm killing the joke because I'm not killing the joke because it ain't no joke. Kind of like the killing joke. More Batman references. Joker, it's up for debate. Is he drinking the cold water? Is he drinking the warm water? Is he drinking the drink of ice water? You better take that bottle of water, put it on the counter, and you better like wait a few hours. Then you could drink your water. Then you're gonna be like Bane. That's where I want you guys at. Spider sense tingling. This not that it's a joke, but I feel like if it theoretically was a joke, kind of like OJ, if I had murdered them, if this was a joke, it's getting a little long in the tooth. A little long in the tooth, just like Man Bat from Batman. All right, let's segue. Let's segue. We're gonna keep the warm water on. I feel like if I keep the drinking warm water proverbial snake oil content going, I feel like is it going to be like David Foster Wallace? You're reading a David Foster Wallace book, and this guy, dude, someone could be playing a tennis match, and it's 80 pages of super hyper detail of every muscle movement they made in the tennis match. And then somehow it's related as a metaphor for living in general as life as a biological specimen. Like how far the warm water well are we going to dive into? Are we going to just get thrown into that warm water well? Are we going to do this for are we going to do this like the stream wide? That is up for discussion. Well, dude, look. I think the answer is on the screen. It is pertinent that you guys know according to all the BS floating around on the internet. It ain't good, man. It ain't good to be drinking that cold water. You got to be drinking warm water. I mean, you could probably do nothing else. Exercise. You know, okay. Well, I'm just gonna drop the facade here for a minute. I'm gonna get serious. If any of you are out here and you saw one of their thumbnails about drinking the warm water, and you don't benefit maybe from an education or people didn't teach you scientific uh research methods. That's not to be pretentious, man. You either know how many inches are in a foot or you don't, man. You either know what 10 meters looks like or you don't. It's actually you know or you don't know. It's not a diss to not know. You just should educate yourself. If you're not educated and you're watching this video, I'm hoping I want to make a video with does the warm water kill your belly fat? And then we saw a hyperbolic picture of the balloon man turning into thin man. The 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 horror icon thin man from the Blob from X-Men, the villain. We saw that. Does it happen? I'm telling you guys, dude. I know you don't want to hear this, but you need to go running. You need to go running. You need to eat right. I know. I know that you want the chalupa today. I really do. Well, these days if you do it through DoorDash and the way that our standard of living is going to be, you got to pay 4 easy payments for your chalupa. Actually, I'm going to tie this in here. Eating out, which makes you look like this sometimes. Eating out, guys, you're going to go to debtor's prison by the time it's 2040. They're going to get you on debt payments for your chalupa. Is literally they're having it where you can make 4 payments for your lunch. That's the standard of living in this country. I don't want to see you in debtor's prison working off your chalupa money. You know, it's actually people don't understand this. People don't understand this. It is actually yeah, we don't need that. Let's look at this and think about eating chalupas every day and being in debt for having lunch because it's 2020s. People don't understand. They say, "Well, it's expensive to eat healthy." Well, it's expensive to eat healthy if you're like getting like exotic vegetables and stuff. Go down to your local grocery. I was gonna say grosh. Sometimes if you just abbreviate a word and like say like grosh, it's almost kind of like seems like try hard cool, like it's gross. And speaking of gross, you're gonna have to get over a little bit of gross. Like you can cook it up good. But lentils, go look at the lentils, man. I gotta make 4 payments for my $1 cheese, dude. Back in it, listen, Wesker, you want to know something? 90s. You go up to a soda machine, brand name soda machine. You go up to that Coca-Cola, that refreshing uh diabetes in a can. 1 quarter, dude. 1 quarter, and you weren't in debt. You didn't have some weird financial what do they call it? Let's get fancy, guys. Let's call it fintech, man. Now it's not just scammer tech bros, it's fintech. What's this? Fintech what's it? Not Uber Eats, DoorDash. Why do I have Uber Eats in my head there? Probably because I was looking up Uber Eats, their business model few years ago, which is basically lose a bunch of money till they take over the market and then make the price so skyrocketed, no one can afford it, but now they depend on it. Okay, it's the fintech. You got the like way before the fintech stuff. You put a quarter into the machine and you got yourself a soda, dude. What 25 cents? These days, you're on a payment plan for your cheese roll up at Taco Bell from DoorDash for 4 easy payments of 25 cents because you're probably making, you know, X amount of money and your rent is probably adjusted for inflation, like renting for 4 people today. How to DoorDash. Let me see. Let's look up DoorDash. Oh, it's a bunch of tips and tricks. How to become a, a equivalent of an indentured servant. Okay, is this it? Why is it not giving me like news, dude? Why is it all tips and tricks about how to work here? Like it must be like the congestion of all the traffic of people wanting to work there. Oh my god, dude! Look, guys, I put in DoorDash, and speak of the devil, I referred to him earlier. You got Jim Carrey here. That's room temperature water, by the way, dude. Is it really $2? I haven't got a soda from a machine in years. It's literally look, dude. This here on the left, she's warm water. Okay? She's the better angels of our existence. On his left over here is a nice tall glass of ice water. It's all symbolized here in Batman, dude. The whole series that Bob Kane created is all subtext for drinking warm water and getting in shape. And the damaging effects of not drinking warm water. Okay. Yeah, you know what's weird, Wesker? I was gonna look up the news. Maybe if I did news. DoorDash partnership, but I got a bunch of like DoorDash tips and tricks. Oh, here we go. Oh, see, I'm so paranoid if I like watch this that it's gonna get stricken, right? I'm actually interested in what this lady says though. I wonder if there's like you're gonna ask them permission ahead of time, but I don't sit here wanna I'm not gonna sit here and talk about DoorDash